The strategies and concepts discussed are for educational purposes only and do not represent specific investment, tax, or estate planning advice. Investing carries an inherent element of risk, and it is in everyone's best interest to consult a legal, tax, or investment professional. John Cyndia is an investment advisor representative of, and advisory services are offered through USA Financial Securities Corporation, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Life Stages Advisory is not affiliated with USA Financial Securities. Life Stages Advisory, Dean or Remington, or any guest we have are not affiliated with USA Financial Securities. Welcome to episode 74 of WTF, Wealth, Tax, and Finances. I'm your host, John Cyndia, certified public accountant, a personal financial specialist. Guess who's in the studio today?
Hello.
That's
Special
Rem.
guest John Cyndia.
That's Dean.
On Dean and Rem's podcast.
Oh, yeah, we're taking over.
Yeah, we took
There's
over.
going to be a sports show here
Yes,
soon.
it's a mutiny.
Yeah,
It's a
actually,
mutiny.
we're going to just be giving out nutritional tips for the rest of the
Yeah.
life of it.
What? Yeah, death water, and what was that other thing?
Gosh, he can't get it. He can't get it right.
Liquid
He can't get it right.
death.
Liquid death. Death
Liquid
water.
death.
That's what I said it was. See, I was right.
You make it sound like I'm doing something with death water.
And
Like,
little-
it sounds like a drug.
And little Debbie powdered donuts.
Oh my god, those are so
Oh, yeah,
good.
you eat enough of those, you'll just live forever.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
that's not
Have
what
you-
this episode's about.
Have you seen the woman? This has nothing to do with finances.
Yeah.
The woman
Yeah, we're
she
taking over.
She drinks one. Yeah, we're taking over. Forgot. She drinks one Dr Pepper a day, and she's like 104. She said her secret to longevity is one Dr Pepper a day.
Oh,
yeah,
that-
she said that's like the only doctor she'll ever see or something
Yeah,
like that.
Dr.
My
Pepper.
great grandma saw that, and she's about to be 90 here soon. And for like the past 10 years, she's always been trying to like drink a Dr Pepper a day just because she's like, I want to outlive her. I'm going to do it.
They have 23 ingredients. I don't know what they are, but one of them is long life.
I don't like it.
Okay.
So anyway.
Anyways,
All right, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about the IRS and the current situation that you may be a person that this is going to directly affect. And it's like, where is my refund? Where's my money?
Yeah, John, where is my money?
Where is yes? In fact, there's one sitting right
Oh, yeah.
there. His money isn't in yet. And you want to know why? You want to know why?
Tell me, John.
I'll tell you, okay? Dean's over here looking.
I already got my money.
He's got his money.
Screw
he
you
doesn't
guys.
care. Several factors with the IRS. There's actually about 20,000 less employees now than there was in 2010. The budget's been cut by about $2 billion less than what it was back in 2010. So even including inflation and everything else, you're probably looking at probably more like $3 to $4 billion. So the employee situation is down. The budget is down. And we, as CPAs, used to have a hotline. We don't even have a hotline anymore. Okay, used to be able to call that in 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'd be on hold. We'd finally get something, and we'd get something resolved. We could talk about 2, 3, 4 cases at a time, and everything would be fine. And then we'd go on and either draft letters, contact the IRS with the power of attorney. We'd
Send a
fax that
carrier
in.
pigeon.
No, they all died, so we didn't do that. And
Those employees got cut. You know, how you said 20,000
Oh,
employees.
yeah, it was,
those,
it was birds.
those were all birds.
10,000
Owls,
of them
pigeons.
were carrier pigeons.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing, we would end up finally, getting things resolved for the clients in that. Over the last 2 or 3 years, it's progressively gotten worse to the point now I will contact the IRS if they do happen to have a phone number, which usually they will. They used to have fax numbers. They don't even do fax numbers for the most part anymore on a lot of the notices that are sent out. So what they want to have you do is correspond. Well, you correspond, and it's going to take months. And we just had one case that we started in March of 2020, and we just got a reply in April of 2021. And there was nothing, we told them there was nothing there. We had 2 or 3 different letters going back and forth with correspondence, and it still ended up taking that long to deal with. If I put a phone call in right now, they'll say on the message 10 to 15 minutes. I know it's going to be at least 45 minutes to an hour, and it usually goes beyond that. Once you hit about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes, you're automatically cut off. There's nothing there. It just goes in and starts beeping, and you either have to start over again or you just say, screw it, and I'm going to go and call another time.
That's insane.
So, yeah, it's the most frustrating thing. I will have it on speakerphone and listen to their stupid music and be doing about 5 or 10 other things. And, and then hopefully if somebody comes on and, they have so many interruptions and trying to update you where the phone call is and everything, and you're just sitting there. So
is the hold music any good?
No, it sucks. So anyway, yeah. So what you end up doing is, as a preparer, or CPA, as myself, we're just totally frustrated with the whole process and the system. So I was talking to a couple of colleagues this past week, and, being a sole proprietor and having our office, we'll talk to other, other CPAs occasionally in that, but it's nice to know when we do converse with them that we're not the only one dealing with this. It's, it's nationwide, and it's not just our office when we're sitting here thinking about it, like what did we do wrong or whatever. So I talked to a few colleagues.
John.
Yeah, exactly. So we've talked to a couple
They have your
of
number on the
colleagues,
do not call list.
yeah, this last week, and they were saying that they've been on there anywhere from 3 to 3.5 hours lately. So the only way they're on there without getting cut off is they had a question. They put them on hold for about an hour and 15 minutes right before the cutoff came. Someone came on. They asked them a few questions. They said, oh, okay, we'll send you over to that department, just to be on hold for another hour. Then they end up getting to that person and saying, well, I don't handle that, but I will get you over to the person who does. You will either end up getting transferred, and within about 5 to 10 minutes, they will send some information out to you or say that, there's nothing they can do. They're just backlogged, and just be patient. So after 3 hours, that could be an answer, or you could be on hold just until they cut you off again. So this is absolutely insane. So that's what we're dealing with. So what they have been doing at this point is totally frustrating. So like I say, some of the numbers, that's the reason why they're behind, is because of lack of staffing and lack of numbers. In March of this year, we were given the fact that the IRS was behind. By March, we were already behind 6 million returns. And in 2019, they still had 500,000 to review. All right. Now, I just got some updated information the other day. They are 35 million tax returns behind right now. 35 million from 6 million. That was about 3 months ago. And of that, 17 million are tax returns that are paper. Normally we file everything electronically, but clients still do not trust the tax system, and they don't want to have to be subjected to any of the theft of their information. They don't want to have it online. They opt out of filing electronically, of which we have a form that says, that gives about 7 or 8 reasons why they can do that. Could be religious reasons, could be just because they don't, they want to have it strictly just by paper. But about 17 million are paper returns. 16 million require a review. So what does a review require? Well, if you have an earned income tax credit, if you have child credits, the economic incentive payments that were on here could cause that. Anybody that has filing separately, they could end up having a divorce situation where one spouse is claiming kids 1 year and the other spouse claims them another year. Head of household status, anything like that could be a trigger anymore that would end up holding up the the return. Additional tax credits, anything like that. So that's one of the situations. And then about 2.7 million are for amended returns. So when you start looking at all this, you got like 35 million that they're behind. So what's my suggestion?
Is this
Like
whole,
the IRS says, be patient.
Is this whole podcast about to be just a big advertisement for our listeners to just go work for the IRS so we can get our money?
Yeah, is the IRS hiring, or are they just saying
No,
screw it?
they're supposed to be beefing up, but they said that they were going to hire like another 1,000 agents, which
That's just code for hiring more birds.
yeah, exactly. Live ones,
recharging the birds,
live ones, yeah.
new
And-
batteries.
But they, I don't know what
Remy think that's really. He thinks that's really funny.
what's that?
Yeah,
The whole bird
it just
thing.
got
He
me.
thinks it's so funny.
Oh, with the pigeons and stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
He's
that's
in the
right.
government conspiracy.
I
So
figured that.
all of the that's not nice.
But the so they are 4 times as much backed up this year as they were in 2019. Okay, so they had about 7 million. They've got like 35 million.
So you said since 2010 there's been budget cuts, employee cuts, all that stuff.
Right.
So why? Like we know, I don't really. Maybe there's an external reason I'm unsure of, but it's like people are still going to be filing taxes. Every single citizen is going to be filing some sort of tax every single year. It's not like it's a new. This isn't a new thing. It's not like all of a sudden like, oh, you don't need to file taxes. Like you're in a very, very specific situation. If
They
you're
didn't
not
get
filing
blindsided
taxes.
by all this. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm saying.
they've known that, and I think I alluded to it in a previous episode too, that a lot of the IRS, their automation and their computer systems are back from the 60s. Their base components are from the 60s and 70s.
Filing taxes with floppy disks.
Just about.
Oh, jeez.
I think they might have some of those 8-inch DOS discs
Oh,
that I used to
God.
use. But seriously, they have, bubble gum, Band-Aids, and chewing gum, I think, or whatever is holding some of this stuff together. That's why, they would need billions and billions of dollars. And for them to have to go through that process, transferring the records and everything,
It would
And-
take a decade.
well, they don't have anybody that's old enough to do the COBOL and Fortran that used to be the, the programming languages they have, going into the advanced stuff that they've got now.
That's stuff that people alive that know that are from the 60s.
Right.
They're old,
Yeah.
and no one.
Or they're dead.
yeah, or no, no young people. We've talked about this
No.
before. Like
Yeah.
those systems are so old that
Yeah.
no one's passed along the information. It's like Coca-Cola's secret formula that 3 people on Earth know, and they
Yeah.
can't get on the same airplane together, or on
Yeah.
the same bus or the train, like because if they all die at the same time, John's one of the people that knows the
Yes.
secret
And
formula.
I'm not giving it up with my
Oh,
aunt's
okay.
coney sauce. Yes. My aunt, we have a special coney sauce in the family, and they have
Okay.
it at the restaurant.
Does anyone
I
know
have
about it?
No.
Okay.
I have it.
Do you have the secret ingredients?
Yeah, we just made a batch last night for the weekend, so.
Okay.
And for people who don't know what coney sauce is around the U.S. here, or some
Wherever
of those
you may be
people
listening.
in Australia or New Zealand or wherever, Italy, coney sauce, yeah, it's some refer to it as what, chili dogs,
Oh yeah, chili. dogs.
coney sauce or
I
whatever.
hear that's like a Midwest East thing.
Yeah.
In like Northeast, like people
Like-
down South, they probably don't really know.
Like
No.
Cincinnati, they do.
They have a whole restaurant that's all just chili. I think
Oh, yeah.
chili's disgusting.
Oh.
But it's like someone was like, "Hey, you want to go to that restaurant?" I was like, "Absolutely not. Why would I want to go to a chili restaurant?" That sounds
Well, if you put a
disgusting.
hot dog on it and then you have
yeah,
the chili, then it's something.
fine.
Then,
Yeah,
then you got
great.
some.
Everyone loves hot dogs too. They're delicious.
Well, see, Hawaii, I think they substitute the
Spam.
hot dogs for
Spam.
spam.
Ugh.
So you have a
No,
spam.
no.
Well, that's a
What would
delicacy
that
in
be?
Hawaii.
Well, yeah. It is in Ohio, too. My house, it is.
Yeah. Can you get a can for like 49 cents at the
I don't know, but they have like 18 to 20 different varieties
Well,
of
you know,
spam.
Going off the spam thing, in Hawaii they have like roaming spam gangs that'll just like run into like the Walmart or whatever store, and they'll just fill shopping carts full of it and just book it out of there. So they had to like lock up the spam. Like you can look this up.
spam's locked up?
They
So it's
have
behind
like,
the
like when
counter
you
now,
go to
just
buy
like
like
the
the
cigarettes
expensive
and
stuff,
stuff.
like how they have like the glass display case. They have the spam, like a single can of spam in like the case like that because people keep stealing it.
Such a delicacy. I love it.
Oh, we're gonna throw a graphic in for that one.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
idea.
we'll have a spam. So, Where was I? Okay. Anyway,
Something about the IRS being mean.
well, they
Or
are
maybe
just
they're not being mean. They're just under budgeted.
well, they're understaffed, they're under budgeted, and I think what you're going to have to do is, first of all, be patient, like they say, which is hard to do. Don't be afraid to call, find out what's going on. Go onto the IRS website and say, "Where's my refund?" There's a spot there. Normally, what you're going to get is "still in process," is the message that comes back.
They have that. What's that website that you can go to, like check my refund or something?
Yeah,
it's a .gov.
www.irs.gov.
And there's
Yeah.
like a area on there to check your refund
You'll
status.
go and it says, "Where's my refund?" Just go under that and put your information in. You need your adjusted gross income, Social Security number, and for what year you're filing, and they should give you that little message that says "still working on it" or "it's still in process." Other than that, there's not much you can do. The other reason that they're behind is because they stopped processing the tax returns when all the economic incentive payments went out, because the IRS did that too. So what you're doing is, if you got the first or second or even the third economic stimulus payment, they were doing that in lieu of reviewing tax returns. Okay, so each time they
assuming
did
for
that,
several weeks at a time, they were
Everyone.
not
So-
doing
no, so they just
anything
pile
with
up.
tax returns.
So you've got probably 6-8 weeks during tax season, and that they were sending out the payments and not doing tax return reviews.
So I have a question. Why do we do this? Like I saw something the other day about how other countries, like the way they do their taxes, it's an automatic process.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to file it yourself. You don't have to do all the math. I mean, like I know people reach out to like CPAs or somebody like TurboTax or people like that to do their taxes for them, but other countries it's just like an automated process. Like why? I don't think that we have
Politics.
the answer, but it's
all politics.
I
Yeah.
feel like
That's
if
all
we
it is.
just did that, it probably wouldn't be
Everything
as-
in the United States has been so politicized anymore. You just get sick of it. You can't talk about anything. You can't do anything. You can't talk to people, friends, colleagues, or anything without somebody having to put a damn political slant on something. I'm just absolutely sick and tired of the thing.
I just want my money.
They don't want to get to the bottom of it. It's politics and it's gridlock. And Washington, D.C. has thrived off of gridlock, and it's gotten to the point that it's beyond gridlock. Nobody wants to do anything with anybody, and there is no other excuse for it. I mean, it's only going to get worse.
I think another thing is our just specifically our country kind of lives on its resting morals of the way we did things 300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no advancing because it's just how it was done. That's just how we do it. People have been paying taxes for centuries the same way we do now.
Well,
in a very convoluted manner. So
let's just move to Canada.
you can't
and
do
commute.
you can't do the the tax system. I don't know how many thousands and thousands of pages it has anymore, but when you have something that large, and now you've gotten these other companies that it's nothing for them to file for a specific memorandum for them to be sort of carved out to give them benefit, and they're paying millions of dollars for it. They pay millions of dollars, they say billions of dollars, and it's specific to that one company. That's it. That happens every day. So it's like, whose area is that company in? What state is it in? Which senator is in charge of it? Which House representative? It's all government bureaucrats, thinking that they're, quote, lobbying, for this company and bringing back, the pork, they used to say. And it's just gotten to the point now that they throw billions or trillions around like they used to billions and millions. So like I said, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, and I've read some things. I don't know the validity of them, but I've read some things about like some of these companies that do tax services. They lobby the government to make
things difficult on purpose.
purposely make things difficult so people will pay to use their service.
Mm-hmm.
And, just some of the things, I don't want to get specific, but it's like, people are just trying to pad their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, if company A says, all right, we want to make things harder, we're willing to pay, these 15 senators, $100,000 each for you guys to go in there and say, you know what, we need to make it more difficult. And then people start believing it.
Well, the
And it's like-
SEC doesn't do anything. The FTC doesn't do anything. None of the governmental agencies that are supposed to have oversight are doing anything. How many monopolies are in the top 5, 6 tech companies right now? All of them.
Right.
Okay. What have they done as far as trying to equalize, competition? Not a damn thing. They keep talking about it, but hell, they're not going to do anything. The first one that said anything that was truthful out of his mouth was from Bezos at Amazon, and he just said because of the technology advancing so quickly, he says we'll probably be bankrupt in 10 or 15 years just because of the way that things are going. Automation and everything else. Yeah, they can't keep up with the new changes. He was ahead of his time, but he can't be ahead of his next time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else will leapfrog him. So you don't know where everything's going, and it's happening so quickly that it's like, what else? What else are we going to do? And I think that's probably our content for our next episode, is talking about the short-term and long-term investing that we were going to discuss before.
Ooh, good.
So what a segue, if you want to stay tuned for
a
that.
very nice segue.
Yes.
Or
So
you'll have to tune
anyway,
in next week.
For you people who are still waiting on your refunds, I don't have a very good answer for you, but I at least wanted to inform you as to what the situation is and why we're here and what's happening about it. So stay tuned for the next episode. Hopefully you've been listening. And let me see if I can get this.
Oh, you're on your own.
Well,
Okay.
first off, John.
Oh, you forgot the big one.
I have a question
Oh,
about my taxes, and I just can't find it online. I don't really know what to search. It's kind of a convoluted question. How can I get in touch with you?
I've also wondered that exact same sentiment.
How about that for a setup, kind of? Anyway, jcindia at lifestagesadvisory.com. You can email me. You can also go to our YouTube channel. Like us, love us. Don't forget to hit the what button?
Oh, you're on your own.
Oh, man.
It's the subscribe.
Subscribe
Turn on
button.
the notification bell so you can see this beautiful face over here every week.
Yes. And so we're on Spotify,
iHeartRadio,
Apple. Anyway, yes. So those are the outlets that we're on. So until next time, hope you're enjoying this, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.